What's up, friends? Welcome to the Friendly Food Forest channel. We're finally figuring out what likes to grow here in Michigan. Let's check it out. So this is the kind of stuff we really like here in the Friendly Food Forest. Stuff that likes to grow in this area. Definitely having some learning lessons, but the Concord grapes here in Michigan seem to be quite abundant. The flavor on them is just incredible. And obviously you can make some jam out of them Concord grapes. So we're thinking about maybe putting some of these out back too. Kind of hard to pick up in there, but we got some still ripening up. There's some little clusters along the fence there. So just a very productive plant, something that we can store away when we make jam. So definitely like the idea of lots of Concord grapes. We can hop inside the Friendly Food Forest, talk about some other things that are growing really good for us. That Red Haven peach tree was obviously one of them. Like to get a few more of them planted around. Chives at the base, like kind of a dry feed under them, so raising them up a little bit can definitely help the chives out. But they are really good here in Michigan. Superstar always joining the shot, Tippy. And obviously here in Michigan your strawberries are quite happy. We've had these ever-bearing ones going and they've pretty much been giving us strawberries all throughout the year. So as long as you keep picking them, you might get a little break for a couple weeks in the heat of the summer, but for the most part you always got some strawberries to nibble on. Obviously the annuals are a good idea wherever you can find room. Could probably stake these up a little bit better. But we have plenty of tomatoes to eat, so we're quite happy with what we got going. Definitely the marigolds have been a happy surprise. We are going to attempt to get some seeds available for y'all if you like on these. So I'll go in and take some of them dry ones off, hopefully keep them flowers coming. But they've been very abundant and we've been able to save just a ton of seeds off them. These are all from seeds that we harvested from our own marigolds. So hopefully we can do that again and maybe even have some abundance going, because we got a whole bunch more over there. And also some around this way we can check out. Got the marigolds with the eggplants. This is kind of a month of neglect. We've had weddings and summer stuff. So it's going to be kind of fun going through and harvesting what we can find. Hopefully these peppers can come along. Our peppers have really lagged behind this year. Had better luck last year. We definitely started them a lot earlier. Got them in the red solo cups going a little earlier last year. So the peppers, probably want to start them a little bit earlier here in Michigan. Give them a little head start. Tomatoes over this way kind of lag behind. Got some theories on that. Tried to get all the wood chips removed from this area, but it was definitely a little difficult because we went thick in this area originally. It's great for keeping the weeds down and adding that organic life, but I do think it ties up the nitrogen a little bit for these tomatoes. But the marigolds come in just wonderful over here. Should have just a ton of seeds available quite shortly. Again, them chives, wherever you want to put them, especially if they're raised up a little bit, they'll kind of take over that area, spread out, real good plant. Bought some fancy raspberries originally and haven't had a ton of luck on them. I think what we're going to do is go back to that theory like I was saying, stuff that likes to grow here in Michigan. And I think we're just going to do the native black raspberries and just kind of spread them around in a couple spots. I was trying to go thornless as much as possible, but I think I'm just going to stick to what likes to grow around here. We'll deal with some thorns. We'll keep them down to a minimum so they're not taking over everything, and they are a nice delicious fruit to harvest. We've got the Gala Apple over here. I was a little worried about fire blight on this one because we've definitely had some issues around here. But this seems to be sticking it out, and we're going to let it stick it out for at least as long as it's looking somewhat healthy. because it is about time to harvest the Gala apples. I think they were mid-September if I remember right. Definitely do your research on that one. But we should find some edible snacks in there. The pests got a hold of them a little bit. But we'll trim around and definitely eat some of our apples this year. We can go out back, check out some other big success we've been having this year. So we're just in the front corner of the food forest here. I don't think we're going to be able to do such a big area with the no-till ideas. You can see I tried to do the tarping in the middle, and that's taken a little while. Should be good for next spring. But with such a big area, we're talking about maybe doing some rototilling and maybe trying to figure out some other plants we could do. Maybe get a little thing of corn going or some stuff like that. Take up all this room out here that we have. But the zucchini in the back has just been very productive for us. Go in and harvest that big one. Keep harvesting them whenever we see them. At least a mid to decent size. The smaller ones are a little more tender for your cooking. If you're baking, you can let them get a little bit bigger. Got the watermelon in the front, coming in pretty good. Got a couple of them with some bad spots on the end, so I don't know how them ones are going to turn out, but definitely some big ones that are looking good all the way around. We just come out and rolled them, I think last night. So that was the underside. Random tomato plant. So this is the carrots. The weeds, obviously, it was the salad. You can see the salads went to seed now over here. So I'm going to dig this whole area up. I was just trying to let them carrots bulk up a little bit because I didn't thin them out very good. But I have been occasionally carving in and grabbing some carrots to snack on. A couple random tomato plants and things over this way. So we spin around. We got some broccoli. Tagging a little slow. I was hoping that was going to come along for this fall. Time to come out and snag a couple tomatoes. Got tomatoes all down the line on both sides. And like I said, trying to get them marigolds going just about anywhere. A couple cherry tomatoes. A little fall garden we just put in. We can hop over the weeded tomato line here. I see lots of tomatoes coming off, so we wanted to get a nice fresh thing of salad going, some lettuce for us. So we'll have good BLTs all fall and coming into early winter going here. Got a little broccoli. Looks like the broccoli's been being eaten a little early by the deer or by something else. I did see another little creature roaming around, probably nibbling on them grapes is what it looked like. But who knows, maybe they made it out back this far. This looking like a deer has been in here, because this is a pear tree. That's definitely shortened right down. So we started putting some wire over around the smaller food forest over there. So we will toughen this fencing up. But the deer can definitely get in through the string fencing. But it's a decent idea so far. It's definitely helped keep them out quite a bit. I don't know if you can pick them up in there. Some blueberries. Definitely gonna need to pull some weeds and mulch around them a little bit better. Them blueberries aren't a crop that you want to fight through the weeds. They like a nice cleaned up area around them. Bunch of carrots down through here. I'm gonna dig up that whole mess. We could go through and harvest some of the radish seeds, but our radish is just so abundant around here. We'll buy one package next year and probably eat all we need. But you can definitely see I got the potatoes out of this area. Because anywhere you flip that soil over makes a big difference. You're bringing them seeds up to the top level. You mess with that no-till idea and it'll go pretty quick on you. So definitely learn some lessons there. Got the pokeweed over there. I've attempted to get that out. I'm gonna go a little bit more. You gotta be careful with that stuff. It's poisonous. You don't want to touch your skin too much with that, or any if possible. But there are some potatoes under here. I don't know if you can pick them up on that back side. There's still some kind of growing. We're gonna get them out of there, and we got definitely some more potatoes to dig. We've only taken the first row out of there. Them have been delicious. We've definitely been working them into dinner quite a bit. Couple medicinal plants. Gonna harvest the seeds off of them and make sure we can spread that grape mullein wherever we like it. Can kind of look them up and see what they do for you, but I've seen some good things about them helping like earaches and that kind of stuff. So this is going to be our garden next spring. We're hoping we could get it in this year, but I wanted to make sure we had all the weeds and grass and everything killed off real good under there. So we got that tarped and held down, keeping the sunlight off it. Nothing special, but hopefully we'll just have a nice spot to throw some compost on. We're keeping that covered, keeping the nutrients in as much as possible, and we'll have a nice garden right here in the middle. But definitely going to keep working on that fencing, because this is definitely deer central. So it's kind of feeding the wildlife and feeding us a little bit, but that's all right. That is kind of the permaculture spirit, a little bit of sharing going on there for sure. So yeah, if you like that, if you like these little tours around the food forest, like them learning lessons that we can find every once in a while out in the garden here, go ahead and hit like on this video, share it around, and definitely get your own food forest going in. You might be surprised. Hey, before I let you go, let's go over and check out a surprise that I did see. So we did nothing special for this tomato plant. It was actually one I pulled out of the cup because it was just kind of sitting to the side, and I knew I could get it out of there without damaging the roots too much. This is just one plant, been growing in kind of a shaded area next to our porch. Has just monster tomatoes. So it's about time to get that maybe 2-pound tomato off there. There's another green one on the other side. We did add one tomato fence to help hold it up, and we also tied it to this pole here. There's that other monster there. So you never know, we have some fun surprises. Don't have to know everything to do this gardening thing. Sometimes you just stick a plant in and you absolutely never know what you're going to get. This one is going to provide us with enough tomatoes for probably the whole family this year. And then we're having some fun over here with some seeds from a pumpkin plant. And this thing's just a monster. Now what you can get sometimes when you don't have the pure seeds, if you're just saving your own seed, that might have been pollinated by a squash or something else that can pollinate a pumpkin. So I don't even know if we're growing pumpkins, but we're definitely having a little fun next to a porch and kind of a no man's land and seeing what we can do. See you on the next one.